Outcast movement.
Outcast movement.
Outcast movement.
And welcome to Outcast Movement.
One, two.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just returning these Bibles.
Why?
Did you know it's the most shoplifted book?
Well, I'm proud of you for returning them, but they're also the most best-selling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm glowing. I got the 10 Commandments like Moses, and now I'm glowing. I have to wear a veil like he did.
You know he had to wear a veil after seeing the glory of God, not reading the 10 Commandments.
Wait a minute. So Moses got the commandments, saw the glory of God, and then glowed?
After seeing the glory of God, he was glowing.
Guess I can turn these off then. Hi, I'm Marjorie.
I'm Priscilla.
And welcome to
Discover something new.
The 3 fun facts for today are:
The Bible is the most stolen book.
it's also the #1 bestseller.
Moses had to wear a veil after receiving the 10 Commandments and seeing the glory of God.
Now you know.
See you next time.
In a world where darkness has taken over, a special group has been chosen to save the day. Misfits, coming soon to the Outcast movement on November 1st.
I'm Lizette,
And I'm Chelsea.
and you are watching Wow! So today I have a question for our guest speaker, which is Chelsea, and she is the youth leader at Power and Joy in Conroe. So Chelsea, one of the questions is, what does it mean to be the light?
To be the light means to stick out wherever you are, like to be the light in a dark room.
Okay, like to be the light. Okay, so how does it mean to be the light in a dark world? Like for a youth person, how does it?
For to be a light in a dark world at a young age is like wherever you are, just knowing that you are a follower means knowing that you are different. You're an outcast wherever you are. You are not ashamed to be who you are, to be a follower, to be a believer, but you are different because you believe in different things. You do things different ways. You say things different, and that's being a light. You're being different, being light in the dark, because light and dark are complete opposites.
Okay. So, one of the youngies asked, why do people do drugs? What's your perception on that?
There's a lot of reasons why people do drugs. It could be a thing where they were harmed in a way somewhere in their life, and the only solution they had was to take or to consume drugs. Or it could have been curiosity, just what is it, not even knowing, like stuff like that. People also do drugs because they are afraid of things, or they're going through things and there's no way out. But we know as Christians that there is a way out.
Okay, and how do we help someone to stop? As us, as youth, as young people, as young Christians, how do we help them to stop?
We help them to stop by showing them the word and showing them the love of Christ, that we know that we have received the message, and sharing that with people that do drugs, even if they reject you and like, oh no, I know what I'm doing, I know what I know what I'm taking, and I know it's not bad for me, but you should know that, or you should tell them that their bodies are the temple of Christ, and they should take care of it just as you were to take care of the church.
Okay? And if you have any questions, hashtag AskWow, hashtag AskWow in our social media, which you just go Outcast Movement and hashtag AskWow, and we would be answering any of your questions. Tune in next time. So the message of today is, what does it mean to be an outcast? I'll start off by saying that the urban definition of the word outcast is someone who doesn't belong in his or her main social area. I don't know about you, but sometimes at school, at work, I have been called church girl, or it's just been weirded out that, oh, you can't do that because you go to church, or you can't do this because you're a church girl or a church boy or whatsoever. Sometimes we are set apart, or sometimes we feel like we don't belong because we can't do the same things that people who are not Christian do. But I want to remind you of one of the key verses, that is Romans 12:2. And I'm going to read that to you. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve that what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." We have to remember to walk against the flow. That's what being an outcast is. It's to be different from everyone else, to be someone who stands out. I mean, come on. Do you want to do exactly the same thing that everyone else does? That doesn't give you a definition. That doesn't give you an identity. And being an outcast, you have your own identity, and that identity you find through Christ. So why do what others do? Be you. Be who God has created you to be. Someone who's different, not someone who does the same thing that everyone else does. If you do the same thing that everyone else does, then you are not being you. You're not being an outcast. You're not being different. And another key point that I want to point out about being an outcast is being unashamed. Romans 1:16. I know if you've heard Lecrae or any of the famous Christian rappers, they're always promoting unashamed, 116. And that's truth. That's the truth. We have to be unashamed while being an outcast. And Romans 1:16 reads this, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is power of God that brings us salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile." And I know sometimes, even us, I know, I play a fault. When I was in school, middle school and high school, I didn't even pray for my food. Yeah, for my food. Something so simple, so small that we can just do, praying for our food. That we can show others that we do not feel shame in praying for our food, because that's something that, well, God bless us to eat, right? I mean, who doesn't like to eat? Something so small like that, we can prove to others that we're Christians. Also, not sharing your faith to others, or by acting like others, or like other people act, we're being ashamed about our faith. But I motivate you to not be ashamed, to be unashamed, and live that Romans 1:16 life, to live that Romans 12:2 life, to go against the flow, and to be unashamed. And that's what it means to be an outcast. And I want you to join me and to join this movement, to be different, to be an outcast. Because I believe in a generation, in a youth that can impact the world. This is our time. This is our generation to be different. And God has called you to be an outcast. So join the movement and be an outcast.